screen there.
All right. So we're recording just so we're on the record. This is official. Hey, so really cool.
Hello.
Hey there, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. You know, Nicole, I'm looking at our pictures, and I don't know. I think we might be the whack ones here. I see all these amazing backgrounds. Fluid Financial.
We
Aspire.
are walking. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and then it's just like green background behind a wavy guy's head. You know, Devon is also a barber. What do you think about my coif?
You may not be able to see that right now, but but I'm gonna take care of these clippers. I'm gonna get those clippers right.
All right. So very nice. Good to have you guys. So Devon was just telling us that he went back to the client that was like ready to bail, and at least for now he's on board. So that's awesome, man.
That's great.
Yeah, it's for this particular one, and I had to say that I was really inspired by our meeting and speaking to all of you, and it just helped me to reassess, you know, what I put in, the value of a client, and sometimes how communication is so important.
Yeah.
You can't lose that when things look turbulent. Just go back to the simple things, communicate. And when I took the liberties to go to that person's home and just sit down man to man and just explain the process and what the ultimate goal was, he had a change of heart to say, okay. And then with some of his fears where he thought that the guy wasn't working right now, I just reminded him in the past, we've always been able to put the parents as a guarantor. So if he was so fearful of this person not working, not being able to maintain the maintenance, I just said, hey, we can write up something where your attorney can write up something, make him the guarantor. We don't have to jeopardize the deal. Give the underwriters the opportunity to seal it. And if they say he's not qualified, we go to plan B. But if they give him an approval, we should at least, within these 5 business days, give him that opportunity to see if the bank turns him down or not, instead of us just walking away from 6 months of work. And again, the ultimate goal, obviously, was to get a nice shareholder, to get the full action price, which we worked hard to get, especially in this type of market. And, you know, thank God we're supposed to have this closing today. It should be going on now, and we'll see what happens. But I attribute that to Mark and you all giving me that insight and just rethinking of going back to the essence of, you know, go communicate. And when I did that, it made a big difference where he had a change of heart. And we got to this point today. So hopefully I get a check on Monday. That's the big. Hopefully I'll get a check.
And then we'll pass some virtual champagne. Whoop de
Right.
whoop.
There you go.
Your own glass.
There you go. Tip back.
That's cool.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what was cool about that, like when you were telling the story, is that you came off not like some dude looking for work. You came off like an expert. You laid out to him what he was losing by not continuing to work with you, as opposed to, you know, look, man, I work really hard on this. I need this money. You know, you helped him to realize, dude, you're making a mistake. Now, it has nothing to do with me. You're making a mistake, and let me tell you why. And then you addressed his fears, right? And you gave him solutions. That's what people want, you know.
Right.
You know, that he's worried. Tell me what your problems are, and I'll help you solve it. And that's invaluable, man. That's what.
Right.
That's why you got that niche, man. That's what makes you the expert. You know, always keep it in mind. That my coach says it's standing in a position of strength. Standing in strength, and I love that. I love that.
I like that.
I've been
Write that
rocking
one
standing
down.
in strength. Yeah. Write that one down. That's a nugget. Nuggets. It's funny though, because every time I do these things, like not just this one, but when I do the podcast, because we're doing that. Oh, by the way, the podcast, the latest one went live today. Check it out. This podcast, I probably shouldn't say it, but it was amazing. Actually, Ken is on one of my podcasts too, so I better be careful what I say, right?
That's okay, no.
But this is a doc that he's got 30 years in the biz, right? Ken's got a lot of years too. But it seems like the more years you got, it's like all these little things that you just do that you don't even realize are valuable, right? So like I was talking about Rainmaker, right? I know a lot about Rainmakers, enough that I can talk to it with common sense. I learned about rainmaking maybe 10 years ago, maybe. I went to an accounting seminar and this lady was talking and she used a phrase. I mean, I saw the movie firstly, Rainmaker, but then so I went and she's talking about this phrase and I pulled out this pen and I'm writing all this stuff. I'm like, Rainmaker, oh my God, I'm writing all this stuff. And it was like amazing to me. 10 years have passed and this doctor comes on, he says, yeah, so for the past 29 years, I've been having a Rainmaker day. I'm like, oh shoot, now we dropping more knowledge, So, I was just thinking Rainmaker, you know what a Rainmaker is, guys? Everybody knows what that is, right?
No.
Oh, you don't know what girl? Okay, well, I'm not going to get all into the details, but when you have a business, when we start out, sometimes we're just doing everything. But the Rainmaker is the person that's responsible in the company. If it's a one-man company, guess what that is? Could be you. But they're responsible for bringing in the revenue. And when your business is structured properly, you're going to eventually have, and it's probably going to be you, the owner, be the Rainmaker, and you sell the tasks, and then the processes get done. So like for me, when I started out, it was tax returns, right? So I'm sitting here, I'm still doing tax returns now. But if I am smart enough to figure it out, I'm going to sell the return service. That's what my company does. And then I have people doing it. My job is to bring it in and make it happen. So as a Rainmaker, I'm constantly evolving my business, and the term work on your business becomes a reality as opposed to in your business. Well, this doctor took it to the next level, which I had never heard of. He has a Rainmaker day. So he takes one day, and it's in the podcast actually, he takes one day a week, and he's not in his office, and he's just focused on making it rain. And so it's kind of crazy because I have a day off too. It was Black Fridays, right? Black guys stay home and chill. Yeah, so business wasn't blowing up, right? Because I'm just chilling. Like I told him, I'm just working on my head, but that's not going to build your business, right? So take a day, he said. Now, is that realistic for everyone? It could be, but you really have to do it smartly. If you don't do it smartly, it's going to be disastrous. So he talks about like how he uses that day in such a way that is productive. I don't know about you guys, but when I have a day when I said I'll get to it, most times it don't get got because I kind of put it off and put it off and put it off. So he actually, even though he's at home or wherever he does his Rainmaker day, he has a structure for that day as well. And so it was an interesting concept. But rainmaking, if you don't know, now you know. And we all are rainmakers.
Right.
Each and every one of us are, because we're bringing in our revenue. But we might not be making it rain enough to grow to where we want to be.
Right.
And that's because we're doing all the roles. Right. So that's the challenge there. So I thought that was interesting.
And that's good that, when you can actually structure, when you get to that point where you can take one day and structure that day to work on it, because then you're in your element and then you don't have to worry about, I got to do this and I got to do this, then I got to do this. So that's a good thing to strive towards.
Yeah. So the question is, if you can't have a Rainmaker day, can you not be a Rainmaker? Because you just said, when you get to that level, what do you do if you can't get a day?
You have to be a Rainmaker.
So how do you do it if you can't have your Rainmaker day?
Then you have Rainmaker hours.
You're right. One of my other coaches, it's funny because I'm a business coach. That's what I'm doing now. I mean, that's what I'm doing. But I've had so many coaches, right? So one of my other coaches taught me the concept of time chunking. You ever heard of that? Time chunking, right? Where you just say, I'm going to take this chunk of time. It could be every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 to 11 or 10 to 12 or whatever it is. And you just focus on whatever your challenges are. I did it. I've done a whole bunch of different things because that's just the way I am. But I did that time chunking concept a few years back in preparation for a tax season. And I said from 9 to 11 every single day, I'm not going to do anything but focus on marketing for the season. That's it. Phone rings, client calls, they go to voicemail, right? Emails pop up. My whole thing is when an email pops up, and Claudia, when we have meetings, my assistant, when we have financial meetings or we're talking about a client, whatever client work, my email pops up, I go like this. And she just keeps cracking up. It's like, I'm like Pavel's dog, it dings, I look. But on my time chunking time, you know what I do so I avoid it? I shut it down. That way I can make sure to stay focused. So if you can't do Rainmaker Day, figure out some time. It's critical. It's critical. If you don't set aside time every, regularly, consistently to build the business, you know what's going to happen?
Won't be built.
Doesn't
Oh, it'll
sound.
get built. It'll get built. You don't think it'll get built?
It's not
Don't we all
on-
have businesses right now?
It's not
But you
on
know what
solid-
happens? Huh?
Said it's not on solid ground because you don't
Yeah,
have a foundation.
yeah.
It definitely will
Or
fall.
it just becomes too burdensome. It becomes too heavy. You're juggling all these clients. You're trying to get more. You haven't really figured out how to do it the proper way. So you're just way down with this business. And what often happens with us as owners is we stop becoming business owners and become employees of our own business. Right? And that bites. But it happens. It happens with a lot of businesses. I mean, I see it all the time. And, when you started your business, you had a dream, probably some dream. I don't know what it was. I don't know. I know what my dream is. I'm not going to tell you. But you can quickly lose that dream just trying to keep it afloat. So I think stepping back, that Rainmaker Day is not just how to bring in sales. It's how to manage my business, how to make it grow, how to make it grow and be controllable, scalable, that kind of thing, sustainable. So, yeah, he dropped a lot of knowledge. I can talk to him, and I do talk to him all the time because he's a client. So I talk to him all the time, But he just has some really cool ideas that's valuable. So, sorry, I don't know why I'm yakky today. I'm really yakking. Everybody's quiet today.
You're yucky every day.
I don't know what it is. I think I've been drinking too much sugar in coffee. I have a couple cups of coffee by 9. Then I have a couple cans of my little seltzer waters with sugar in it. So maybe that's what it is. So before I get all lost, tell us, what has your week been like? Devon gave us a great story about his week. John, I think you're just joining. So when we had that last meeting, he went back to that client, re-engaged, and they closing the deal. We're going to get champagne on Monday. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Not on
How's
my
everybody-
dime, though. Not on my dime yet.
No. We all gotta buy our own glass where we can raise
Yeah,
it.
there you go. We can sip together, but not.
Yeah, we can sip, but you gotta bring your own BYOB. How was everybody else's week?
Productive week. Got out to see some potential new customers. Got a chance to do some demos, which was a nice change. It's a challenge to try and do it with a mask on. It's hard to, people are robbing them instead of trying to help their business. But through social distancing, we were able to perform a nice demo for a very, very large potential customer, which is, it's a great thing.
Awesome, man. Awesome. And it's good to hear that.
As you know, Mark, for anyone who applied for the EIDL loan, I did get approved. And one thing that I learned, which I think is a good, info to pass along, whether you need the EIDL loan or not, it comes with a $1,000 grant. So this morning, Mark, I wake up and there's $1,000 in my business account, and with the descriptor SBA TRES 310. So I Googled that descriptor and found out about what it's all about. So, so even if you say, you know what, I don't need the EIDL, I'll apply for it anyway. I mean, I'll take it anyway, just so I get my $1,000 grant, and you can give the money back if you truly want to. That was one of the suggestions, but I think it'd be crazy to give the money back. But reality is, that first $1,000 that they send literally is a grant, not to be paid back. So, just wanted to pass that information along.
Well, you know
You'll
what? It's
probably
funny.
see the email in a couple of days saying we're going to send it to you.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that. it just popped in my
I
account.
know.
Yeah, which was pretty nice.
It's kind of crazy because I was thinking about that. I forgot. I was talking to somebody recently, and I mean today or yesterday, and I was going to tell them, man, you need to apply for this thing if you didn't apply already. Look, man, take the money.
That's
take
right.
the money. Do something with it. Grow your business.
Marketing.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Exactly.
Yes, grow your business. And the terms are so favorable. If later on you say, I don't, then give it back, whatever, but take the money. If you take the money and put it in a CD, Let it gain interest. And then when it's time to pay it back, give them everything back. You done made money. There's a way to make money with this. You would be crazy not to take it. It's funny because I got an EIDL too. So it hit my email. I got it a few days ago. It said, oh, continue your process. Because when we started this, I was telling everybody apply. And I applied just to apply. I didn't even really think about it. And they promised that they were going to give you $10,000 as a grant. Remember? And then they went and changed it. They said, oh, no. Oh, no. It's $1,000 per employee. Okay, still. Yeah, right? Okay, still. It's money, right? So I said, I don't even want the loan. I said it, we were recording. I said, I don't even want the loan. I just want the $10,000 and they can keep the loan. Now that I got that loan, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm telling everybody else to use it to be smart and manage your business. I got to do the same thing, right? I have to figure out, I don't know how yet, but how to use it in the smartest way to grow the business. Whatever the reason is that they're giving out, there is a value for us with capital, even at a loan rate. So if you have not already applied for the EIDL and you were in business last year, apply for the EIDL. Don't not do it. Devon, if you didn't apply for EIDL, brother, get on it. Get on it.
Just wrote it down, my brother. Just wrote it down. That's what I said.
So there's two loans, right? There's two loans, EIDL and PPP. Apply for both. Apply for both. My man, you throw me off every time. I'm like, I don't know who Chris Rosario is. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you.
Good, thanks.
We would just talk about that EIDL loan and the PPP, and if you didn't do it, then make sure and do it. Ken brought it up. That's a good catch, because that's very, very. It can be a game changer for you and your business. Is there something that you've been wanting to do for your business for a while, and you didn't have the money to do it? Yeah.
Me personally?
Everybody should shake
anybody.
All I can think of is marketing, because that's usually where you can put more money.
Okay, that's true. That's definitely true. There's other areas though. Ken, would you care to share? Or you don't have to. You don't have to.
What about when you talk about bringing on support personnel?
Yeah.
Obviously getting back to being a rainmaker, you want to be able to, on that day that you are being the rainmaker, not everything else, everything else can't fall by the wayside. And so, you need to support, in my business, obviously with the recurring revenue, I need services like the top of my, list of importance. And so obviously if I'm out in the field selling and I'm doing demos as I do, then, I got to make sure that the support is there for my existing base. And so one of the ways Mark and I are working out is to bring in that tier 1 level tech support person who can handle those types of, inquiries that come in that are, simple to fix, but very important if or very tragic if they fall on deaf ears and they don't get fixed. And that's really what, the importance of me having to bring in some extra help.
Yeah. Before I continue, John, I had to mute you because I'm getting feedback, but when you need to chat, just pop in and pop out. So on that note, exactly, they say, and I forget, I'm never good with remembering exactly what they say, but I think it costs like 7 times as much money to get a new client as it is to keep the current one. So as we're talking about being a rainmaker and doing all these things, it's horrible to be bringing people in the front door and your back door is open and they all leaving you, right? So marketing, yeah, we want to bring that's a good one. But depending on where you are in your business, this might be the time to hire that support person. I have for years wanted to hire somebody to do certain tasks that are related to my financial work. And I'm like, but I don't know if I can afford it at this point, because until you really rolling in it, you got to think about every dime you spend. Well, guess what? With a loan like this, now's the time to take the risk of the gamble, at least to see it. And you don't have, you don't have that pressure. And even if you will have to pay back a lot of that loan, if I've increased my business 2 times or even 1.5 times with a loan, That's a gift, right? So yeah, I think this is a great time if you wanted marketing expertise. I wanted to build it. Don't do it the dumb way though. I don't want to name any names. It's nobody here, but building a $10,000 website is just no bueno. It doesn't make any sense. So like now I'm gonna name a name like Courtney. Not that he's ever done it, but like Courtney is a real estate investor. If he said, "Man, I got money, I'm gonna go and build me a $15,000 website," I would get in my car and drive over to his place because I know where you live and punch him in his eye, because that is not the way you use money, right? Yeah, right there in that eye, right there. But
I want to see you punch him in the eye from 6 feet deep. Like, no, this message.
And I'm talking junk, because if I'm gonna punch that guy in the eye, he will kill me like the roast that I am. You ever seen this guy's biceps? Nah, I ain't gonna do that. I'm not stupid now. I'm just talking. But use the money really, really wisely, but do something with it. Come up with your plan, and then utilize it, because we don't get gifts like this often. For some of us, I don't know if we will get this in our lifetime. This might be the once in a lifetime gift.
Oh, we'll be giving back the gift in a couple of years when them taxes go up.
Yeah, but you know what? And it's so true. This is going to come around to bite everybody in the butt. But the ones who are going to complain, the ones who had the money, did nothing with it.
Right.
Right? The ones who took the money and bought that Porsche Cayenne, the white one with the beige interior, with the license plate that says Mark Rocks. Those are us who complain. But for those of us who took the money and built our business, and we're making more revenue, or we're getting where we want to be financially, we're going to say, man, those taxes are more money, but I'm glad I had that all figured out. Because that's the gift to me. The gift is, it's a loan at the lowest interest rate humanly possible, and there is time attached. It's not like, have you ever heard of these loans? I have a couple of clients have done this. They take out a loan, it'll be $150,000, and the payback starts the next day. Right. You ever heard of these loans? Mm-hmm. So you take out a $150,000 loan, and the payback starts the very next day, and it'll be like $500, and it's taken out of your account every single day until the loan is repaid. Nicole is looking like, what kind of nonsense is that?
Who would do that?
Yeah, I'm like, what is
people who really need it?
Yeah, who don't
quite
qualify.
A few business owners, quite a few business owners do it. They give no thought to what's happening. They say, I need money, and they grab this money. They get this buttload of dough, and the paybacks start immediately.
Well, Mark, I can further explain, because in my business, we do factoring of credit card receivables all the time.
Yes, correct.
And, unfortunately, the business owner's taking that money to go pay sales tax or things that he's fallen way behind on. So that money's gone. And so you're not paying an interest. They're buying your future receivables at a discount. So I'm going to give you need $100,000. Okay. I'm going to give you $70,000. Because I'm buying it at a 30% discount, but you have to pay me back $100, and I'm going to take 15% of your daily batch. I mean, it's a real scary thing to get involved in. But oftentimes it's their only choice and their only chance to save the business. But like I call it a Band-Aid,
And I'm not averse to that one, because there are a couple of them, right? If they do the percent of the batch, I'm actually more okay with that than the flat rate one, which is you want 100,000.
That's right.
I'm going to give you 70, and I'm going to take X amount of dollars every single day.
No matter what you do in sales, exactly. Yeah.
They're basing it on your ability to pay back, but they're taking, and of course, when folks do it, it's like you hamstring yourself. So I've had 3 clients that have done it, 3 in the last 2 years. 2 of them, they were bigger clients. They made a lot more money. They had a lot more in sales, and so they were able to pay it back every single day, but it hamstrung them, because unless you use that money wisely too, you're struggling, and now you got that debt plus your other debt because you didn't pay it all off, and you got this new stuff coming. You got payroll. It was this balancing act. It's actually how I make my money, because then I help them with how to manage their cash flow. So I'm making money trying to help them to figure out how to get through this period. But my smaller client who did it, and it was so sad to me. This is one of the reasons why I got into consulting. I was doing her books, and she was struggling. but we were trying to come up with plans. And then one day she comes in and she's got all this money and she's like, hey, I just got a loan. And I was like, you did? Oh, really? And she told me the terms. Now, you know, sometimes when they factor against your receivables in once a month or whatever, but she was like, yeah. And this is the first time I heard of it. You know, it was like $20,000. I'm like, okay, fine. And it was like, but they're taking back $350 a day. I'm like, a day? A day? How often do you get sales? You get sales once every 3 weeks. She was in interior design. If you're fortunate, what are you going to do in the meantime? And she was like,
I
I
have a
don't
heart
know.
attack.
Yeah, she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, what you doing? And she's like, I don't know. It was really sad. You know, we wept together. We cried. She failed. It fell apart. She had to leave. She moved out of state, moved in with her son because it'll hamstring you. So I'm digressing, but this one is a gift, right? This is a loan, very low interest rate, time to pay. If you take that money, and I'm telling everybody, take the money, be really smart and come up with a plan on how to use the money so that you get the most benefit.
Yeah, and to your point, Mark, with the EIDL, you're not starting to pay that monthly payment for 12 months after you get approved. I mean, that's crazy. Whoever thought, I mean, it's crazy.
It's
How do you,
moronic.
I mean, it's nuts. I don't know what the hell the government's doing, but I mean, boy, oh boy, you talk about like, they're just throwing money out, you know? So.
It's absolutely moronic, but
Yeah.
someone's moronic activity can help us build our businesses.
Right, that's right.
Right?
That's right. Use it wisely. That's like you
We're
said.
going to live in the moment.
Yeah, live in the moment. That's it. That's right.
So yeah, man. And then also, I'm going to just throw this out there. Not that this is ever a concern for anyone, but you know, sometimes with business owners, especially on the tax side, they're all trying to figure out how to pay the least amount of taxes possible. You know, so they're just trying to write everything off. So they might bill us, just say $100,000, and you look at their tax return and it says, "Oh, I actually lost money this year. I got a refund." Well, guess what? This is why it matters, because if you are not accurately reporting your income, your gains, it affects other things like the ability to take loans. So if last year or the year before last, you reported a loss because you just tried to write everything in your mama off when you shouldn't have, now when this money is available,
Right, yeah.
so we hamstring ourselves. That's one thing I find with a lot of owners too. They're so fixated on how to lower taxes and trying to write everything off, they lose focus of what you're in business for. We're not in business to try to lower taxes. We're in business to make money, right? So if we make money, the taxes will handle themselves. We just have to appropriately handle it. Don't cut your nose off to spite your face. This loan thing is one of those big things. I've had clients who said, man, how do I get that PPP loan? One client, and I was like, oh, you know, just run your payroll. Oh, I didn't take payroll the last 6 months of the year. Why not? Well, I just figured that I didn't want to have to worry about the taxes. Well, you can't get the PPP loan. What can I tell you? You got to be smart. So that's just one of those things out there. You know, we try to make these things thematic before I get all lost. We've been talking for already half an hour. I want to get your thoughts, because I think this is a real good one for us as owners, on our theme for the week, since we had a pretty good week. The point was, success is not a destination. It is the journey, or something like that. What do you think about that? Right? I'm close, right, Nicole? Nicole helps me with all the stuff. Right?
That was it.
So then how do you apply that to your own business? Because we're not all where we want to be, but are we all successful? I want to hear the right answers. Are we all successful?
I believe we are.
I think, I think that when you are consistently working on the different aspects of your business, and making sure you get those rainmaker parts in, you are successful, because you want to be consistent. I know for me this week, for some reason, it wasn't a good week for me. I don't know what happened. I just kind of lost my momentum for a minute, and I would work on certain things, and then it's like, I'm going to just sleep because I'm tired, you know, because you're up all night doing certain things or whatever. But for me, that was not success. When I got up this morning, I said, I'm going to make sure I, hit everything I was supposed to do and get back on track. So,
Nice.
you know, we have times where we go through, you know, we might fall back or whatever, but whenever you get back on track and you start doing everything that you're supposed to do, that is success, because now you're going towards your next goal and, you know, reaching the things that you need to, so that you can accomplish what you set out to accomplish.
That's cool. Very cool. And you're right. Sometimes we do have those things when we're running our own show. It's not like an employee relationship where you got to, you know, you can't really just lay back because your boss is looking over your shoulder saying, "What you doing?" But when you run your own show, it's easy to lay back a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're going to be successful, you got to kickstart again.
Yeah.
I honestly think that laying back is also a sign of success, my opinion.
I agree.
Right? Because it's like, yeah, you didn't go in today. Yeah, I can do that because I'm a successful business owner. That's how I feel.
Well,
Devon, I'll cut you off. Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead.
No, Nicole was about to speak, right?
I was just going to say, if you don't take care of yourself, no one else is going to take care of you. And if you don't properly take care of yourself, how are you going to run your business? So in order to be successful, you have to take care of yourself, number one, so you can take care of your business. So I think, you know, sometimes whenever you have those days where you just can't seem to go on and you have to stop and take care of yourself, then that's the definition of a success to me. Because again, if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your business.
Preach.
If I may, I think success is everybody has their own view of success. It's not always the most money. It might be the success of you started out to accomplish something. Like myself in high school, I always wanted to have a business, and it took me a while to realize I have a business. Success may be having that business. The success may be I set my own schedule. The success may be that I get to give back. I give to, you know, to ones and give them advice and listen to peers like yourselves and gain more knowledge and add that to my business and being in a position to listen and apply. I feel like that's success. But the simple things with me that I feel I'm successful at, even though you have to keep pushing yourself, when I give a haircut, that instant gratification of someone taking a customer and turning them into a client. And you say, man, I've been cutting this guy for 15 years or 10 years, or I've had a little child that come and now they're a teenager or they're getting into adult, those graduations. I feel like that's success when they say, I'm not going to nobody else but you because you've been cutting me for so long. They're satisfied with the service. And I even had guys come in and say, look, I don't come here just for the cut. I come for you. You know, when we talk, we connect, we communicate, and you, as we say, we give gems. So they look good and they felt like they got something when they leave on that end. On the real estate end, when you could take somebody and they call you back and you got them their first apartment, and then they call you back and say, hey, I'm ready to upgrade. I'm ready to purchase. And then you sit there and say, wow, you know, you got them from an apartment to their first home, and then they refer you. The fact that your name or your quality of service is still ringing true to them to refer you, I think that's success. So I'm building a brand of service that's built on myself. So I always feel that I'm going to be successful because I believe in myself and the service and the quality that I'm giving. I don't believe others are doing to the degree that I'm doing, but that's what pushes me. Not to say I'm superior, but my level of success is me and what I bring to the table, not the end result of the dollar amount all the time. I'm in it for the business, but I'm also in to have an inner joy of providing a service that allows me to say, wow, you know what? I don't have to speak it. You can see the result from the people who are involved with me or know me, and they'll speak for me. They'll be my advertisement. They'll be the ones who say, wow, he gave a great cut, or he gave a good service, or he communicated well. He walked me through this whole deal from front to end. And that's, for me, success, when people can talk for you, and I don't have to talk as much because I already put the work in.
Hey, that's awesome. Can I want to just repeat
Devon,
what you just
can I
said
say
for a minute?
something? Can I say something
Sure.
real quick, Mark? Devon, you and I have the same outlook and same personality about that. I was a hairstylist for 20 years.
I got you. 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
great.
That's cool.
Wow. So you know, it's just it's like anything when you talk to hairstylists and barbers, you could talk about the money, but the instant gratification of just changing. Like right now, during this pandemic, not to go off, you see a lot of people how they're so ready to get back their nails done, their hair done, a haircut.
Mhm.
You see, like, wow, look at the impact that our industry has on human. It's the look, it's the communication, it's the, you know, everything that's involved in the service that we do, and it's a part of us.
Mhm.
Look how many people are going to come back to their favorite barber or their hairstylist. They can't wait.
Mhm.
Communication that comes there. There's a bond that's there. There's a
Right.
respect. There's a loyalty. So
Right.
with both of these businesses, they go so hand in hand
Mhm.
to provide to people, and they really gain. To me, that's the greatest success, that you could do something in life that affects somebody in a positive way. Who can really take that from you? They'll always remember you for that.
Right. There's only two people that individuals let into their personal space, and that's doctors and hairstylists.
Wow. Write that one down.
I was gonna say the one thing I like what you said. I mean, you said a lot I liked, but I liked what you said. Success is when people speak for you, when you don't have to speak for yourself. I love that. I mean, because the book I wrote, the ebook I wrote was about, you know, what success is, and success is different things to different people. And yeah, some people it's just money, but others it's that satisfaction. And I love what you just said. When people can speak for you and you don't have to speak for yourself, that's a nice level of success. And I've worked with a lot of you personally, and I know that that's the case. I'm going to just throw one real fast story about Devon in this. So one of my clients who loves me to death, well, most of my clients do, I ain't gonna lie, or else we don't work together. What's the point, right? But we were talking, and she's a funeral director, so you know who I'm talking about, Devon. She had just left her first location, and she moved into a second one. She was stressed out about it. She didn't know if she could afford it, you know, because it was going to be a bigger rent, this and that. So we were in the office. We were I walked her through the numbers to help her to realize that it is possible. You can do it. You can do it. So she went in, she did it. Then after that, she moved in, when she transitioned, we're talking about things. And then, you know, I asked about the move, and she said, you know, my realtor was phenomenal. He's fantastic. I'm like, really? Now, I'm from Harlem originally. She has her place in Harlem. I said, who's your realtor? I had no idea. She's like, his name is Devon Fowler. I was like, what? She's like, yes. I said, that's my boy. You know, I said, that's my boy. I know Devon. She said, what? You know, it spoke for itself. So that's kudos to that. That's what success is.
Can I
Congrats.
just share one thing with that, which is interesting? I actually didn't represent her. I was working for the seller, but I represented her, you know, far as finding her the place and everything like that, but I was working for the seller. So even you sharing that story goes to the degree that I try to go to, that I try to bring the meeting of the minds, so much that the buyers usually feel so comfortable that they felt like I worked for them and represented them
Yeah.
as I was
Yeah.
working for the
was
seller.
She was
So
giving you the
for her to
props.
say all of that, she was like, hey, he's my realtor. That's what I like to do. Make that connection where, even for me, and I was selling, my interest, my fiduciary relationship was with the seller, but we connected so much so that she felt comfortable to talk about what I did, right? So, and she's been referring me, you know, so that's like a great thing. So that's one of the successes that I see, that you can bring two people, work together, and come to that type of conclusion. I really think that's great. And I thank you for sharing that story.
Oh man, my pleasure. You know, I'm gonna just say, like I said, I know all of you personally. I think we all have the same kind of a disposition where we like to help others, and our success is not predicated on dollars. That's what I really respect about. Those are the people I love to work with too, right? Our success is predicated on making people feel successful themselves. That's how I think, you know. So when I work with my clients, some of you are clients, some of you are just colleagues, but when I work with clients and I can help you be successful and grow, that's where I get geeked. You know, I get amped, like watching your stories. You know, Nicole and I worked together for a while now, you know, and for her to watch her say, you know, I'm going to do this thing, I'm going to launch, and she launches, and now she's got clients, and now she's so busy. I'm geeked, like, oh my God, that's what the joy is. To me, that's success. My success is when others are successful, and I have a small part because it's a small part. No matter, in the end, you got to do all the legwork. I can guide you, I can direct you, but you got to do the work. But when you do the work and it pops, oh my God, I be sitting up here like a baby, like just, oh God, I can't believe it, because that's the fun, man. That's the best part to me about advisory work. So, cool. I guess we're running up on our, the 45-minute mark. So last time oh, that sounds like a daddy right there. Shh.
Yeah. I'm trying to work. I mean, that's why I don't work here anymore.
Oh, man.
Hey, is
Back to my office.
your office building open?
Yeah, it is open. But,
Okay.
I mean, I had a very light schedule. As you can see, my hat turned around backwards. I thought I
want
could
to chill mode
from home today, but,
I ain't mad at you.
Such a small window of quiet. It's amazing.
You're right. I had someone knocking on my door a few minutes ago.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm like,
that's why I
don't you kids have your own Zoom meetings to do?
Right, exactly.
What's going on?
Yeah. That's why I go to the office, because I don't want nobody talking to me at home. And it's only me and the wife and the dog.
Can't forget the dog. Can't forget the dog.
Can't forget the dog. That's my boo.
Still got the lobster, right?
Oh yeah, Lobby Lobster. That's in the office. He doesn't come out the tank to bug me though. Actually, let me check. No, sorry.
Maybe
It's been a rough ride with the lobster. Yeah, the water's kind of scaring me. Anyway, I'm digressing. Last week we did have a couple of people who did commit to some things, didn't we?
Yeah.
Hey, did you Colette, your website, right?
Yes.
How'd it go?
It's up. It went well. Compliance looked it over. It looks good. Even my landing pages that I'm going to be using when I do my Facebook ads and my Instagram ads, those are up. But of course, that they're not public because they're just landing pages. But my website is up.
Okay.
Share the URL in the chat.
Financialgroup.com.
I was just about to say, pop it in the chat. I don't even know. Can we pop it in the chat if you can?
What did I just do? Hold on.
And that would be nice, so we can all we can go there and spam you. And Jonathan, I'm going to unmute you, even though I got you on lockdown. Prison sentence. It looked like you're in your mobile office.
Something like that.
Last week you were gonna, I don't even know. Oh, ideal client avatar.
Mm-hmm. So I have it written down, and actually
you did?
closed my ideal client 3 hours ago. So
boom,
that was pretty cool. I think I kind of cheated the test though, because this is a client that I did work for several years ago and forgot about.
Ain't cheating, baby.
But they called me up to do some work, which was pretty cool. We got to reconnect, talk a little bit. So it's funny, it kind of grew a little bit from going into getting a ideal client to getting an ideal subcontractor. So it's kind of like hand in hand, because like I've said before, I'm trying to evolve from doing the actual work to managing the projects. So, got another project lined up, closed one, like I said, 3 hours ago. It's going pretty well.
Awesome. That's what, hey man, that's what it's all about. And it's like just setting these goals and then moving forward. So you identified your client, ideal client. And I said, sorry, because I didn't give you that document, I don't think, but you still did it, which is important.
Mm-hmm. I wrote it down.
Can't let nobody stop you.
Only did half to go though, because the other half was building an internet persona, if you will. So I started Instagram, didn't post anything yet because I'm a perfectionist, and my wife keeps telling me to stop being a perfectionist and just put something on Instagram. So I have like thousands of pictures and video clips that I don't think is good enough quality. And she says, just put it up there. So that's what I'm gonna do when I get out of here, is put some stuff up on Instagram.
About perfection. There's an expression about perfection, something like it's a impediment to activity or something like that. Yeah, don't be perfect, just get it going. So that's good though. Hey, you right. Like I said,
so
with each one of us.
Instagram, what's your user ID?
Put it in the chat.
Share that with us.
What's your Instagram?
I don't know. I'm on a cell phone, so I don't know if I could put it in the.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, yes, you can. Oh, only the host can share in this meeting.
No, share.
Put it in the chat.
Do you guys see the chat right in front of you right now? I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
Set on my screen. Cool.
Let me see.
What is it? Type it. I'll type it.
I'll figure it out. Huh? What you said?
He probably. Well, do you know what it is? I'll type it for you. Do you know what it is?
What the name of my Instagram is?
Yeah.
It's just the name of my company, Mars
Yeah.
Yaden LLC.
Mars A. Yaden.
Yep.
Oh, Courtney got it.
I already tagged him like all the projects and everything. They already got followers.
He was my first. He was my first follower.
So I'm gonna make sure I follow you.
Yep.
Cool. Thank you. And critique, because I have video clips.
Can I follow him too, Nicole?
Mm-hmm.
Can you show me how? She's on mute. You probably got the dogs yapping.
I wanted to share a success meme that I saw probably last year, and I really liked it. I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody. You've probably seen it already, but I just love it.
Oh, that's cool. Man, we should use that one next week.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that.
Use that one next week when we all vibe on that one.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
That's awesome. Oh, I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna have to take a picture of it. I can't write that fast.
I'm gonna put it. We're all in this. You all in the business success group, right?
Yeah.
We'll post that in there. That way we'll have it, and then you can use it.
I'm gonna turn that into a quote. Where did you get that from?
Oh, I don't even remember. It was like over a year ago.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and hook it up.
Hey, hook it up and give it to me. Cool.
Look, I'll hook it up and I'll send it out there and you share it. Okay, with
that's the deal.
From my page.
I like it. I like it a lot. Let's do that. Oh, I was the only one who had another goal for last week. It was to get better with my niche, and I have it. I have decided on different. I'm actually going to create a program. Tell me what you think. I probably shouldn't do this. This is not a marketing thing, so I don't want to. I'll just talk to you guys offline about that stuff. I talked to some of you already, but I got some ideas, man. But this is not the place for that. Cool. What up next week? Huh?
I had a goal last week.
Oh, you weren't here last week, were you?
Yeah, she was there. Were you here?
It wasn't
I like
written
to be
down.
in the background. That's good.
Oh, you must not have said what it was because I wrote it down, unless I'm looking at the wrong paper, which is very much the case for me. So what was your goal?
So we were supposed to have a meeting, and I was supposed to get all my numbers in place.
Right. I didn't write it down.
Which we did indeed have, and I was in between two different business strategies. And at the end of the meeting, it was great because going through the numbers with Mark, I realized that like I could hit my goal twice as fast with what I'm already doing instead of adding another strategy on, finding a way to kind of perfect what I'm already doing. So much easier, faster, and less people to answer to besides myself. That was really good.
I'm glad you said that because that's one of the things that that I want to emphasize when it comes to these meetings. Sometimes, especially when we're small business owners, we try to do this and then this and then this and then this, and I'm like, stop it. You know, you can do all these other things. It's taking away from your set your goal, hit the goal. Just do that. And so that meeting we had, it was a 2-hour meeting, right? It was about 2 hours, but I was glad we had it because I think it's going to stop you from wasting time doing things that's not going to make you as much money as the thing that can make you money. And that's really the idea behind why we need coaches. It's easy for me to do it for him. It's probably hard for him to do it for himself. And it's easy for other people. And I'm saying that because like my new ideas that I have, I've arrived at them with the help of Nicole and with the help of my other coaches. You know, I have a couple of coaches. So I arrived at, and I'm fine tuning it. So it's everybody get somebody to coach you. You know, that's what it's all about because that's going to help you avoid mistakes. That mistake, I'm not going to say mistake, but that course of action that I think you were going to undertake, Courtney, was going to take months and months of development and just be a waste of money. You probably could have lost easily $100K doing it that way in 1 year. That's what I believe. Next year we'll figure it out. You might be coming here and punch me in the eye saying I should have did that, but we'll see. So real quick, because I don't want to take too long. It's up to you guys, obviously. But so goals for next week. Does anybody care to share what their goal for next? Oh, hold on. Let me unmute Jonathan. Hold on. You could probably unmute yourself, but go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a 2-part goal for next week. First, it's to get more content off of my phone and onto social media. So my lovely multitasking wife is setting me up with a Facebook account that is going to be all about business. And it's going to be, I'm batting around some ideas, but it's going to be an evolving platform, but it's going to be kind of expounding the little clips you see on Instagram and just little things like that. So I'm going to build my online persona and email the experts that I was referred to last week. So that's kind of the two-part goal: build the online presence and reach outside for strategies, and not just keep it in my little box.
What's nice is I don't know if Nicole would agree or not, but I set it up to where my Instagram posts are linked to Facebook. So automatically, any post that I post on Instagram, it'll automatically go to Facebook. And so sometimes I have like some investors that are on Instagram, they'll comment, and then other investors on Facebook, they'll see the same post, comment. So it's just like double the attention for single post,
Yeah, I just Nicole just did that for me too, where she did, where now because I don't know nothing about Instagram, but now she posts for me a lot of stuff on Instagram to go to Facebook. I do posting too, but I just stick with what I know. So John, you said you had two that you wanted to do. That was the first one. What was the other one?
Yeah, the second one is to grow on the contractor side, my support.
Subcontracting team?
Yeah. I have, it's kind of weird sounding probably now that I say it out loud, but I subcontract general contractors. I don't subcontract subs because what I found is a good GC has a team. So it
what you got to do is do that.
Time. Instead of looking for a team, get me the team lead, take a little bit less, but you're still making money and your team is doing the work. So it's kind of, I guess it's kind of like what Courtney is saying, where he was saying fine tune. Oh no, was it you? Y'all both sound alike to me sometimes, but fine tuning my niche, getting more into, I guess not building a sub team, but building just that overall support where I'm more and more a project manager. So I have a couple of people I want to reach out to, and we'll see how it goes.
That's bananas, and that's brilliant. That's now see that right there, guys. To me, is thinking on the business, not just in it, right? Not just I gotta go. I gotta get the next electrician. You didn't step back for a second. You step back, and that's rainmaking right there. That's brilliant. I love it. Those are two very good goals. I'm gonna hold you to that, and I'm gonna give you a third goal. When I come back over to the house, make sure the chicken is 165 all the way in. And I muted you so you can't punch me back. All right. Who else wants to make a goal? Oh, but his chicken was, just so you know, we're all going over his house. His fire. Oh my God, it was ridiculous. I need more. He only had one piece. That's probably because I talk too much. Who wants to make another goal? Anyone?
I have two goals.
All right, go ahead, Nicole.
I want to move my website over into Groove Pages. And I want to start on my program that I'm building.
Nice, build program. Start. I have some ideas, by the way, about the build program thing.
Okay.
One of the things I'm going to do is do the program as well. But I've been getting a lot of insight on the best way to do it where you don't waste a lot of time. So I'll talk about my goals and you'll see how it works for you. Anybody else got goals? Court, CB.
My goal is to finally set a date to walk away from my full-time job.
This is recorded.
Wait, whoa. Wait. Say that again? I didn't hear you.
It's like, finally set a date to walk away from my full-time job.
And this date's going to be set by the time we meet next week.
That's the goal.
All right.
Okay.
I'm excited about that one.
Yeah.
Because you and I have been dancing around this. Anyway, okay, sorry. Go ahead. Next, anybody else have a goal they want to talk about? Share? They care to share?
I have a goal. I'm working on doing a recorded webinar.
Nice.
And so that's I've never done a recorded one. I've always done, where there's interaction. So I'm working on doing a recorded one so I can actually do a Facebook ad and try to get leads.
Are you going to make it evergreen?
I'm thinking probably.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because this one is going to be on Social Security for women, empowering women. So, yeah.
That's awesome.
I have done it before. There's something else I want you to consider. We'll talk about it offline if you're interested.
Sure.
And I've not, and what I only say that because I've done the webinar thing, we recorded it, and that didn't take me where I wanted to go. But I've heard of another approach that some people have done that is way better. So I just want
definitely open. So call me when you get a chance if you have time, afterwards.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it was an interesting idea. Anybody else have any goals they care to share? If not, I'm gonna tell you mine. Going once, going twice. Remember, in case you're all scared, if you don't make your goals, big deal. We don't care. I just want to have something to do next week. If that makes sense. And I want to say it out loud. It actually helps me to meet more goals. That's really what this is all about. So I have on this call, I'm not going to say no names because I don't want anybody. I have 4 people that I'm actually advising of 4 of us. I want to meet with each one of you guys next week and continue the sessions. Each one of you are in different locations. Locations in the plan, the profitability. That's my goal. And that, to me, that's big because I got like a million things I'm trying to do next week. I got a ton of taxes sitting on my desk that I got to get done. And I also am working on a new program. But I want to make sure that we all chat, because as you guys who are in my little advisory world are talking about some of your goals, I want to make sure that they align with your overall purpose, and if that makes sense. And I want us to keep our momentum. So that's my goal. I'm going to put it here. Mark, to meet with the folks. I'm writing it down. You know how I'm going to make mine happen? I learned this trick. I'm just going to immediately send out invites. Then it's on y'all. Boom. Boom. I gave one of my folks in this room a task to do, and we actually made that person, I'm not going to say no names, get on the calendar and put on the calendar when she was going to handle she or he handle the task. That way, that's what we got to do sometimes. I'm that way. If I don't have a deadline, I won't make it happen. That's why I asked about these goals for the week. If I don't have something, then it won't necessarily happen. So I put it on the calendar. So like I'm going to at 3:30, I'm lying. At 3:30, you're going to get an invite from Mark saying, hey, set your next meeting up for next week. That's how you do it. That's how I'm going to do it. That's how I meet my goals.
You can say my name. It's okay.
I know how to dummy it up anyway. Yeah, but I think that's valuable. I think that's valuable. So putting it on the calendar makes all the difference for me. If I don't put it on the calendar, it might get done. I got a sticky note right here, right there, with all kinds of work for people. That stuff ain't getting done just yet. But when I put it on the calendar, that one gets done. For some reason, looking at that thing looming and that reminder that says it has to be done tomorrow makes it happen. So,
all right.
Yeah. Mark, you've inspired me. I think I'm going to go ahead and set a goal for next week.
Okay, hit it, Tony.
I'm going to make a video. I have a PDF analysis about how the pandemic is going to affect the real estate. So awesome. I want to make a video, offer it as a free PDF. I'll have it done by next Friday.
Awesome.
Awesome. Hey, now that's a
good lead magnet.
We met because I want that PDF.
Definitely.
That's a good lead magnet.
Yeah, and I think we got GCs in here. We got investors. That's. We'll raise the hand. I love it.
For that.
Excellent, guys.
I just wanted to say, Colette, I looked up your website. It looks great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it looks great.
Thank you.
I think there's a way.
Well, you can't see it now because all of the screen, but it looks nice.
There's a way that I can print this chat right here. I don't bang with chats too much. And that ain't it. I can do it the bootleg way.
I just took a screenshot.
I was just about to say, just screen print it.
Do you want me to send it to everybody here?
Hey.
I already copied and pasted it in a Google Doc. I'm good.
All of that?
Wow.
What?
All of it? The Fluid
Yeah.
Financial, the Mars at Yaden, the Success is Not Owned, all of it?
Yep. I already got all of it. I didn't get Tony and Jonathan's because that doesn't, I don't need that. But yeah, I have the Fluid Financial. I have all that stuff. I already copied and pasted all of it.
Then if nobody needed it, then nobody needed it. I'm not gonna bother. I don't do no extra work, but I'm gonna steal that little quote, Tony.
All right. Well, it's not mine, so.
Oh,
No, we'll have to look it up, Mark.
Okay.
Whose it is.
And you can always put unknown if you didn't know.
Man, you don't got to put nothing. You just go ahead and just use it.
Right.
No,
If
you have to find out.
if the owner come and find you, be like, yo, bro, it's you? I'll put your name on it.
No.
All right, cool. Anything else before we lock up? Does anybody have any questions or comment? Over an hour. It's up to you. If we're ready to say we bid you until next week, or if there's a question that somebody wants to chat about, let me know. If you want to talk offline for a few minutes, I have a few minutes. We don't have to have everybody on. If you want to do that, if you have a question.
Well, I'll just say this, because I have a client meeting in about 15 minutes. But I appreciate the group. I appreciate the feedback and the critiques. I think this has a lot of value, personally. I don't say that lightly, because if something's a waste of my time, I could be taking a nap or doing something else. But I do feel like this has value. So I just wanted to let everybody know, thank you very much. And I look forward to further constructive criticism moving forward, because that's kind of what I thrive off of is rising up to constructive criticism. Any other criticism I ignore. But if it betters me or a mechanic, then I'll take it in. So just wanted to say thank you.
Well, thank you, man. We appreciate
Likewise.
you.
Yeah, I feel the same.
Gems for us too. We appreciate it.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I will have to go, though. I will see you good people. Have a wonderful weekend.
You too. Take care.
You too. Take care.
Stay safe, guys. Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, Mark. Yeah, Mark, I just have to say that I share the same sentiments, and I should be trying to do something today. It's my 20th year anniversary today. So I got to go get 20 cupcakes. My wife would be happy. So I could see that I was up here with you dear friends, and I got so much value. And I wish you much success, and hopefully I can be a part of that added success, and get so much valuable feedback from all of you, and that's such a short time. I've gained a lot. It made me reflect on the business, myself, and my value, and how to just keep growing the business in a positive way. And as long as we have that in front of us, we can keep striving, for continued success. And I wish that for all of you. So thank you for everything that y'all have given me thus far. And I look forward to building with each one of you. So thank you for that. And thank you, Mark, for setting this up. So it's been really great.
Oh, man, thank you.
Well, we wish you all the best with the closing, and I look forward to having a mimosa on Monday.
Let me write that down, sis. Let me write that down. Mimosa.
Mimosa.
Oh, right to you. Right to you. Thank you.
You can get it in your email.
Right. Send it via email if you got to. I just want to celebrate with you.
Don't worry, we got it.
All right, guys.
All right.
Hopefully we see you on
I'm gonna have to leave.
All right.
Take care, guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Mark,
You too.
thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Just let me know when you want to connect, okay?
You got it.
Bye, guys.
All right,
Bye.
guys.
See you, Nicole.
Bye-bye.